Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and we're doing some Total War Warhammer 3 today because Mage was cancelled, unfortunately. Currently we're discussing some poker roll, or at least the others are, while I'm still booting up my brain, and I'll get into it in a moment. But carry on a brief recap what you were saying and stuff, please.
Hey, thank you for the follow now, goal. How are you doing?
Hello, Niargol.
So the question remains:
Hello, Niargol.
do I swap to Total War Warhammer 3? Because I was kind of thinking about playing that for my stream today, but I don't know. Zim, what do you
Nothing
think?
to stop you.
I mean, I'm always a supporter of Total War Warhammer.
Hmm. I played that yesterday. Plus, I can't commit because I towing guy thing.
Yeah, Seda, you want to give a recap?
Yeah, you were asking the question about like how I've been enjoying the campaign, and I was talking about how I'm liking how the world is new, unfamiliar, and there is no we're kind of learning about it organically, bits and pieces here and there. Our characters have only been awake, relatively speaking, for a few days, and how the path has not been set before us. We didn't have any big exposition at the start that said, yep, this is who you are and this is what you're going to do. It's kind of a, why are all you guys here? That's not good. That's not a good side. And so, like, even the characters in the world don't know why we're here. And you're responding just how you wanted to make the world feel very open.
Oh yeah, my two goals. One of them was to ensure that it wasn't a linear experience for all of you. Oh, damn it, I'm super close. And the other one was while still being able to provide enough like nuggets and pieces that you all are just like, ooh, this is something I want to investigate. So sure, I've kind of railroaded a little bit, but it's mostly been to all of your benefits to just be like sure, I could just have you wake up in the middle of nowhere and go, you all can try to figure shit out from there. But that's kind of disingenuous if I don't give you all at least something to look at.
Well, because I'd be like, without any kind of guidance, I think the first reaction would be to curl up and hide.
Exactly.
So we have enough of that nugget that, hey, there is a relatively safe harbor that, we could make safer. Let's fight for it.
Exactly. I wanted to give you all something that you could feel like you're working towards. Whether it be building up the town, building up your skills, or exploring.
And yeah, I feel like, there's going to be like those cycles there where, hey, we are very keen right now to be able to be a bit more self-sufficient and be able to defend for ourselves, particularly Dart, since Dart got no such training. He kind of had to learn on the fly. And now we're kind of like, okay, well, hey, let's learn a little bit about where we are. And maybe push that, I guess, those broader story elements along. Because, like, if we were to do, like, a 50-session recap, are we going to be talking about the time that, Jid and Dart beat up a bunch of training dummies, or how Azareth just like completely tore one of them apart just to get some like splinters and wood.
Mhm.
Nah. Are we going to be talking about how he made rice cakes? Probably not.
Hey there,
but those-
Lightning Dragon and Toshime.
In the name
I
of
want to start a new
Magnus.
campaign.
Okay. Go ahead, Sato.
Yeah, go ahead.
But having those
I
moments there
fight
are
for the
equally
greater
important
good,
because it
not
kind
who
of
can best
gives
meet
us a
in
little bit of that
battle.
interpersonal development. Kind of makes our characters start feeling a bit more fleshed out and comfortable. You know, it's fine to sprint, but you also need time to breathe. And I guess the other aspect that I do enjoy is that it does feel like there is no set path. Sure, we all want to go rescue Starlight from Alabaster Gleam, but we could also have a very real scenario where we decide, you know, hey, maybe the best thing for us is just to leave it all behind. Which would probably be a very sucky thing considering all they've done for us, but, you know, circumstances are circumstances.
I mean, to be honest, how much have they really done for us? I mean, as far as what they've actually done for us, the only things that come to mind are just them rescuing us from, giving us some foundation. And even then, that was kind of barely there and short lived. Like, we got dragged into. Our very first night, we got accused of stealing the gem. And so we got shuffled off on a quest to go retrieve that. And then we came back, and the guild was basically entirely taken over by the Alabaster Gleam. And Edge disappeared shortly after we came back. Doc's done a bit for us. Ethan's done a bit, but even then, those have been rather relatively limited compared to our exposure to the guild has honestly been very little. Like, Dart didn't even get the medical attention that he was supposed to get. Well, no, I guess
That's
he
true.
did. I guess he did after escaping from Starlight.
It was just
but-
delayed.
It's just aside from Doc, who we basically kidnapped. There's to be, or Ethan's not even part of the guild, so we've done far more for the guild than they've done for us at this point.
But then again, relatively speaking, they're probably they've been the kindest overall. Like, they aren't trying to enslave or make you sick. They aren't trying to rob you for your money. They aren't trying to just outright kill you. They're like, okay, hey, look, sorry about this. You kind of proved your worth, but hey, would you like to join the guild?
And to be fair, you all have by now recognized that this world is a dangerous one. Like, it's not like they don't have a right to think, like, hey, shenanigans are up.
Yeah. Give me a moment here. I want to read this off, and then I got a little bit of story stuff before you know how Total War is. It is for good reason that ships rarely stop along the southern coastlines that provide passage into the desolate Darklands. In the distance, past the roving bands of orcs, goblins, ogres, and worse, black smoke can be seen spewing into the filthy sky, though one would be forgiven for thinking it is entirely volcanic in nature. The stench of tar pits and oil pools hangs heavily in the air, hinting at a malevolence that threatens to rise. Enslavement or death are the likely destinies of those ill-prepared to travel northward. I'll let you know when this story stuffs
It is
up.
time for Calador to rise once again.
Okay, story stuff is up. I was expecting a little bit more. There was one short line, okay. Anyways, we were saying.
I forgot where we were at.
And I'm being summoned for chores, so I unfortunately will have to leave you all here.
Okay.
I just got here, though.
You should have gone to bed earlier.
Yep, that's true. We can talk though.
Yeah, and I'll
This is
hopefully be back
true.
later.
Hopefully. I enjoy conversing with you. We had a great
Oh.
conversation about
TF
TF earlier too.
Yep. And actually, while I was outside taking the picture, I had a very interesting hypothetical situation that I actually have seen. Because you kind of talking about like those gray areas and lines and stuff. And I remember seeing one where I forget if it was just particularly a wildlife refuge or a wildlife recovery center. But a gentleman that got turned into a feral snow leopard. Kept their mind and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a like recovery program of sorts, or like a conservation program.
Bring them death.
That'd be kind of fun. I remember reading a few things like that.
They will know Calador's name.
I've seen a few. Though I have my own preferences on which is better regarding the mind. I know I'm relatively alone in that, though.
What, for identity death?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, good.
sorry, what I was going to say, but the very interesting part of that got back to the conversation we were having earlier. You then just had a regular snow leopard walk up to them. It's completely safe for a comic, but you just had like a regular snow leopard just kind of like nuzzle up to them.
Cute.
The dragon shall wake.
I think Animorphs always had a good approach when it came to something like that. It's like you've got the human mind, but you also have the developed instinctual mind. So like, you know what's going on, because if it was just pure human, it'd just be like, what do I do?
I did like that. Animorphs definitely had good stuff to it.
Though I do need to jump out before I get routed up, so I will hopefully be back later once these chores are done.
Yeah, look forward to seeing you when you get back.
Boop.
Ba-doop-boop.
OSHA Inspector Dart will be... actually, no, it wouldn't be OSHA Inspector Dart. Just put... What Dart will be overseeing the Total War?
Would Dart
Will
be
you?
seeing...
Or actually, no, we'll just have Train Conductor Dart, who's going to be supervising, making sure you... just in the little left corner there. We'll just have Dart just sitting there, just making sure, judging you.
No. Oh no.
He's gonna be letting you know every time you run a signal, and your train's running late. He's wearing the little conductor's hat, so you know he's official.
It's official. Seda has been replaced by Dart.
No comment. But
Have a good time.
start.
Handmaiden of the Everqueen.
Oh, we're all great. Oh, thank you, Corbin. I appreciate it.
No, I'm smelly. And bad. Which one do you want, Kenku?
You blame Seda or you blame Zim for you finding the silly Vappy? Very silly. But, you know, I enjoy having a good, deep conversation every now and again. Keeps the mind going and fresh. Especially when you don't feel like you have to, like, argue your point of view. Like, it's nice to just go into a topic and just like, hey, this is something we both enjoy. Let's figure it out a little bit more. Let's discuss it.
Also, everyone, hi, this is Rygon, and this is Jet, as you can see on my screen, or Razim.
Hello.
Oh, you're streaming as well.
You know, I figured after, I don't know how many months, I can say it's more than one.
You got affiliate?
No, I think he hasn't streamed for that much time.
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
streamed in a long fucking time.
I was just wondering if you had affiliate and then, like, lost it or something.
Nah, I don't think I lost affiliate.
No, isn't it like you got to stream at least once every 3 months or something?
I don't know what the actual thing there is, but I know Werny hasn't streamed in a long time and he still has affiliate.
Oh, okay.
I do know there's something about how often you need to stream, but to keep
Yeah.
it, but
I could have sworn it was like
Kenku?
every 3 to 4 months or something.
Kenku, your pack has been sent. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know.
Ah, well.
Yeah, I've introduced you, Corbin, to you, or you to Corbin, and now Corbin has abandoned me.
It's okay. We enjoy the train and the nice background music. But I might go over to Darkest Dungeon here in a little bit.
Also, I really need to get like an actual Discord React icon that's not just the one that you got for me, or the one through Mary.
Well, you should probably get one that is yourself, which, as far as I'm aware, you don't really have a self.
I mean, I have a self. It's literally just Sark.
Well, then what's
sure?
wrong with the one that you have from Mary?
Nothing. It's just like I need something with like because like whenever I have that one on, that I associate that with exalts like way too much. It's like, yes, this is exalts. Either way, I'm gonna go purge some Xenos.
A
Hell yeah.
Duke! Hello there, Jets. And ouch, Corbin!
You, the Asser of Althwen, are guardians of this world, great lord. Your intellects are
Gotta
pure,
stop
at
your
this
little stop sign, this little
and the
meh.
homelands they defend are like paradise. Truly, your noble kind
I totally forgot I've got
stand at
Stream
the
Raiders.
pinnacle of the world order.
God, I am so good at this.
It's like there's a wrong way to
it's
do it.
okay. Pat, pat the Sark. Who's a good boy?
Pat, pat, pat.
Every day's pain.
That's the spirit.
That's a good boy we know and love.
My stride.
Such a cute puppy.
The Dragon Prince is born for heat.
He's totally going to kill me.
Just a little.
As a treat.
Greatest of the Dragon Princes.
Kind of want to shoot Tau.
All right.
You know, I'm gonna shoot Tau.
What game you playing?
Warhammer 40k. It's Warhammer 40k Galadius Relics of War.
Ah, yeah, that one. All right,
I hate saying that name every single time because it's just so long and so complicated, and it's just like, why?
Because reasons. You like reasons.
I don't like reasons.
There are many great reasons to go for reasons. I don't even know what I'm going on about right now. 40k Civ Edition? Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued.
Prince of Calador.
My troops are recovering their health
They are
so slow.
Get good.
I'll win. I always do.
Oh, I'm doing fine.
They'll
They're just
try.
taking forever to recover to full.
Wow, I could not have landed in a worse spot. RNG just gave me the middle finger.
I'm sure you deserved it in some way.
I'm agree to disagree on that.
You may look upon me.
It is your right to do so. You will be judged.
What am I gonna do? Okay. Okay, well at least one. Wow, of course the Adeptus Mechanicus got a good spawn.
Oh, but of course.
Why wouldn't? See, this is why. You know, I'm not gonna say this is why I hate AdMech players, because I don't. Like, AdMech players have it kind of rough. Quest added, Life in the Guard. Oh, that's fun.
It's like Beyond Earth, but without the wholesome, uplifting message. I mean, Beyond Earth only has a wholesome, uplifting message if you go one particular route.
I was about to say, if you there are certain routes that are not exactly as wholesome. Also, I'm probably gonna have to establish a new city like as soon as possible.
I mean, there's one route that you go where it's literally just genocide on all aliens.
As a member of the Astra Militarum, I approve. Hashtag humanity first.
Yeah, but they were there first.
Well, they should have done a better job defending their planet.
Your kind thrive on the machinations of statecraft, noble lord.
Listen, if the God Emperor of Man wants it, then the God Emperor shall have it. That's just how these things work. Also, the people on Gladius are doing a really good job defending it. Like, that's the thing about this game, is that the NPCs, they don't fuck around.
Sent forth by Vor.
Is that good?
I mean, it offers some like early game protection, because in order to get to your enemies, you have to fight through all the NPCs. And the NPCs aren't exactly ones that will destroy your town, unless you get the Lord of Skulls, which I have gotten before, and it was when I was playing Eldari. And the great thing about Eldari is that if their webway gates get destroyed, they can't rebuild them, and they can't expand their cities. So once you kill one of their cities, it's gone. Which is kind of, yeah. It can really throw a wrench in people's plans. Not a big wrench, but a substantial wrench. I almost said ranch. Let's see here.
Alright. To the Bitter Bay!
Right.
Hello!
Join the Kingdom of Dragons.
Greetings and salutations, Orion! Oh. Orion of the Origonians!
Strategy beyond compare.
What?
I think they misspell with their voice Brigonians.
I think Zim's gone crazy.
Hello there, Decoy of Ollie. Did you used to be Decoy Saves?
Imric.
Or was that your old name? Okay. Well, hello. Oh, we're just starting out with the conquest today. There is much to do, much to grab, much to kill. And what do you mean Spore is a bad game?
It's an unfulfilled game.
Elaborate. I'm feeling like you're right, but elaborate.
You me?
Yes.
Oh, it's easy. The game had a lot of promises made for it, and those promises weren't realized. It doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad game. The concept and ideas behind it are solid enough. It's just, it could have been so much more.
So Star Citizen.
Yeah, more or less. Person in charge of it made big promises and they didn't, follow through.
Triumph lies this way.
Okay, yes, I agree. It had a lot of potential for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that potential was definitely squandered. But I also feel like part of that isn't the developers, though. I think they did the best they could with what EA was letting them do.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Oh, hello there, Corbin.
How did that? Oh wow! Of course, they would only have a sliver of health left because that makes sense.
But it was.
And yeah, Decoy, EA doing EA things. Though I will say,
No.
honestly, it feels like EA might have finally somewhat gotten their heads out of their asses.
What makes you say
March
that?
for Calador.
Only slightly, only somewhat, but it almost feels like they might actually be letting their developers have the room they need. Might. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Decoy. It probably is just an act.
It'll be one of those things that I'll believe it when I see it.
See, like I don't.
Same.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, like think it might be an act or something. I don't really think too much into that because then, at least for me, I get into the mindset of then overthinking it. So like I'm more of the person who will just take it at face value and be like, oh, they're finally doing something good. Like EA isn't all bad. EA definitely has a lot of really good studios. Respawn Entertainment, they constantly put out like really good stuff. I'm remembering Jedi. Of course, I would get a call. But Jedi Fallen Order was a great game.
Okay, that is really loud. Ow.
You may look upon me. Seeking glory.
Yeah, Jits, I know that for sure that BioWare is on the chopping block. And that just really makes me sad. Because I've always loved the BioWare games. I've been a fan of them since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing what EA has done to them is just... It's kind of heartbreaking. At least for me as a fan of the games that they put out. I mean, Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age is still one that... It was good, but you could see the EA influence there.
BRB again?
Huh?
I said BRB.
Okay.
All right, and yes, and that That it was a phone ringing. It was meant to be loud.
Yes, but it sounds like it was right the heck next to your microphone.
It was. Also, wow, Stream Raiders actually decided to work. Yeah, Stream Raiders is up for anyone watching the stream. Yeah.
From what I've heard, the third Dragon Age game was actually rather decent. Chits! Are you just going to try every single person that joins voice as a command to see if there's something there?
I mean, that's pretty solid logic.
Ow!
Zoroark 720 cheered with 500 eggy bitties. Sadly, a lot of big company will chew up and spit out little deplores and their rips.
Dragon Age 3 is divisive because it breaks the formula. Oh.
As someone who's never played Dragon Age or any of those games before, I can neither confirm nor deny that fact.
I have beaten Dragon Age Origins. I struggled with it for years because it is a very... Like I said, you can see the EA influence all over. I played a bit of 2. I didn't care for it that much. The second one just feels disjointed to me.
That's fair.
It has
why is
issues.
it-
It's divisive because the game has issues from being a rush game that EA forced them to make. Yeah, basically.
Fair.
What were you
Also,
gonna
I gotta
say?
say, I was about to say, why is it that guard just are, I feel bad for the guardsmen. They gave them the equivalent of a flashlight. It's like, yes, my 2 guardsmen did very little damage. See, what they need to add in this game is they need to add Casterkin into this game, which, for some context, on the tabletop, the guard aren't the guard are very much a horde of shooty of look at this thing on the table and delete it with shooting. They're, from what I know, shenanigans aren't exactly. So there's this thing in game called Mortal Wounds, which is just like, yes, there are no saves unless you have invulns, or basically you can take a group of guards, regular humans, you can teleport them across the map, and then use various different stratagems to just deal a metric giga fuck ton of damage to everything around it. And it is known as the Casterkin bomb, and it is very effective. And these are just normal humans with flashlights, or the space equivalent of a flashlight.
Oh.
Yeah, they're it's. I think it's been, and I might have already said this, but it's been coined the Casterkin bomb. Which is just hilarious that guard can do that.
Well, even then, Jits, Obsidian games have had some issues from being rushed. Like, they're good, don't get me wrong. But they definitely show that they were rushed, and mostly in the realm of like bugs and such.
Crossman just said in my chat, I hop in, first thing I think of is, what do you mean I'm not allowed in Walmart because of your voice? Lol. Also, Warhammer tried to use the ROW command, but it doesn't exist.
0 out of 10, terrible game. Terrible stream.
Nothing stands in my way.
Listen,
All channels must have ROW command.
listen, I don't have I'm not up to date with the kids nowadays.
Hey, Wordy, you should pop on voice.
Follow the dragon.
I don't know what to build next.
Well, clearly you need to build a ROW command.
Row.
See, that would take programming and stuff, and I'm already working on. I still need to build the
That
website
doesn't
I'm currently
take-
working on.
That doesn't take programming.
Well, the fact that I didn't know that should be proof enough. Also, so quick question. You know the thing on Streamlabs that used to allow you to have like 2 scenes open at once, your pre-scene and then the scene that's currently
No, I do not know anything regarding, I don't know anything regarding that.
do you use Streamlabs?
I do not.
Fuck.
Streamlabs is a terrible company. They tried to take an open source program and steal it.
Be ready
I mean, is it really open? Is it really like? Because from what I've because I've used both Streamlabs and just regular OBS. Streamlabs, like their software, it just kind of worked the first time I used it, whereas OBS, I had to do a bunch of fucky shit and to make it work.
I don't know what kind of issues you ran into with OBS. OBS worked for me, but
It was just trying to get the getting it to where my stream wouldn't lag all the time, which I know is just one of those things where I would need to work on settings and fix it.
But as far as Streamlabs goes, they took OBS, which is an open source program. And we all know you don't fuck with open source programs. And literally tried to trademark OBS. They tried to steal OBS. That is a crime worthy of them dying. It just works, little lies, stunning shows, people buy, money flows, it just works.
I mean, I can see that, but then the other thing comes in is, okay, because at the same time, Streamlabs OBS has a lot. It works very much the same as OBS, but it's got a lot of different things. Like there are different things about it, so it becomes, were they trying to trademark the actual OBS, or were they trying to trademark their thing that's based off of the OBS program? Because then you get into that whole gray area of, okay, well, is it different enough that it's not considered actual OBS, or is it like still very much within the realm of, no, this is still very clearly OBS, just with a different skin? Not saying what they did was right or wrong, just there are things just pointing out that, hey, there can be aspects that can be complicated and can really muddy things up.
They tried to trademark the name. They tried to trademark Streamlabs OBS. which in turn would mean, like, if that were able to have gone through, it would have meant that OBS would have to shut down. It did not go through. There was no way in heck that was actually going to succeed, but they still tried.
Well, now
They were
it's just called
trying?
Streamlabs.
Oh yeah, because OBS hit back hard and was like, no, you try this and we will fuck you up. Not only
Makes
with
sense.
the internet itself, but also with lawyers.
Makes sense.
Because, you know, the internet, you fuck with, like I said, you fuck with an open source project and the internet is going to destroy you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They were trying to trademark OBS itself, not Streamlabs OBS. They were trying to associate themselves with OBS and create their own brand under their own control. Ah.
Yeah, like creating your own brand, like, because like if they went and if they were like, hey, we're gonna trademark Streamlabs, like, I don't think anyone would have a problem with that.
No. But it was the fact that they were trying to take OBS. And without their... Like,
that
OBS
can
from
definitely
the...
be a problem.
It burns like
Yeah.
Thor's anvil.
OBS themselves had literally told them, we do not want you to use OBS in your name.
My ferocity.
But Streamlabs did so anyways. They still called it Streamlabs OBS.
Truly, this is the climb of
And OBS just kind of was like, fine, go for it. We're not going to fight you. And then they decided, well, now we're going to go ahead and take a bigger piece of the pie. They straight up plagiarized Lightstream's user page. I did not hear about this.
I didn't hear about that either. But then again, that just shows you how much I'm in tune with the whole streamer stuff.
Another thing to note about Streamlabs OBS, or about Streamlabs in general, is they are really bad about just outright over monetizing everything.
Yeah, they've got like, and I mean, monetization's okay, but like, I wasn't gonna pay $160 for access to like a bunch of different skins and overlays when I would eventually just make my own overlay myself. And it's like one of those year-long contracts. Like, you can't. It's like once you pay $160, you're kind of stuck. Because I accidentally did that, and I called them. I was like, "Hey, I didn't want this." Whereas, like with Amazon, and you got to give credit where credit's due. When I was like, "Hey, I don't want my Prime. I didn't mean to do this." They're like, "Okay, well, we'll cancel your Prime and we'll give you your money back for the remainder of the time."
Well, another thing to consider with them, which is something that I ran into, is they have on their page, they make it exceedingly difficult to tell that you are on their tip page. They make it very difficult to tell that you, with the subscription thing, that it's not actually supporting the content creator, the streamer.
Right.
And that is something that I've run into a few times when I did used to use them, before I found out how scummy they are. Was people were getting confused. They were like, "Oh, I thought I was helping you with this." No, you weren't. And
I use Stream Elements for that kind of stuff.
they were purposely misleading viewers.
Yeah, that can be a problem. Not a small one, and a pretty big one.
Yeah. Stream Elements has its issues, Kenku. Like, they've got quite a few bugs, they've got quite a few, glitches, and sometimes their service dips a bit. But overall, yes, I will agree, it is a fantastic service. Especially compared to Streamlabs. Like, they don't sit there trying to charge me, nickel and dime my viewers, and they actually have good quality stuff.
That's always good. You want good quality stuff. Also, I'm gonna need to dip out to go and talk to the person that's gonna help me fix my car in a bit.
Alright.
Come on, guardsmen, I believe in you. Yes, they actually did. They did their jobs well. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go with
My lord,
heavy weapon squad.
Rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
Also, you can tell that I'm absolutely horrible at this game because I'm not constantly producing guardsmen when I should be. Which is why I play it on easy, because I tried playing it on harder and it just got to the point where it's like, ah, yes, I progressed a little bit in the game. Oh, and I just died.
The dragon shall wake. It burns like Vorl's anvil.
Oh. Oh,
What the hell is Clan Rictus doing all the way over here?
Reason, and they just, I knew that was gonna happen. Don't you just love it when you're trying to build an army and then part of that army just gets taken over by entities from hell?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand anything that you're talking about right now.
Nerd shit.
Well, I understood that part.
Also, I'm gonna BRB to go find this dude that's gonna help me with my car.
Okay. What's up, Corbin? How you doing, you little cutie? And yeah, Stream Elements has been really good to me so far. I've really enjoyed using them. Like the Martens took over his troops? What? What are you talking about, Toshime? God damn it! That plague came at the worst time!
Strategy beyond compare. As hot as dragon's fire. It will be no contest at all. I claim it for Canada.
Oh. That was it for them.
You may look upon me.
Uh... Yeah, we'll go with this.
I will not fail.
Let's get the burning head. We'll upgrade those. No! Get away from my settlement! Hello there, Pikash. Rygon's been gone a while. I'm gonna assume that he is. You need a bigger sad?
Onward for Canada! This is my destiny. A simple crusade.
Yeah, he really does like to stream sleep, which worries me, but that's something else to talk about with him directly. That Skaven corruption is gonna make things very, very difficult.
Alright, I've got good news. The person that came to fix my car has arrived, and yeah. Hopefully I won't have to buy a new battery. Especially because I just replaced it. Also, I just realized my barracks produces food. You know what? I'm not going to question that. Oh, I didn't in my turn.
I probably should have gotten more sleep, but I saw Rygon and Sark and Seda in here, and I'm like, no, I want to go hang out and chat. And, well, now 2 of them have left. And Sark is talking nerd stuff, and I don't understand it.
What I'm hearing is that you should get into Warhammer.
With what money?
I mean, you don't need money to start Warhammer. You can just I mean, you already play Warhammer Total War. And
yeah. But you're talking Warhammer 40k. I know Warhammer Fantasy quite a bit, but I don't know anything about Warhammer 40k.
Honestly, it depends how you want to get into it. Like, the tabletop, definitely expensive, but if you want to just learn about the lore and immerse yourself in the lore, I mean, there's a couple of really good YouTubers. Wes Hammer is one of my favorite.
When am I going to have time for that?
I don't know, when you're chilling watching YouTube or doing work, I mean, I usually just throw on a Wes Hammer video.
You do realize that I regularly stream 12 plus hours a day, right?
Absolutely not.
Well, then those other 12 hours when you're not sleeping and you're doing other stuff. See?
I do other things?
I mean, just gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, I heard they had a really good TF philosophy talk. I'm sad I missed it.
Alright, it's fine. Go, guardsmen, kill your brethren that are under the enemy's control. Even though I can't free them because that enslaver is very scary.
Glory awaits. As you were. To triumph.
You know, I'm okay with losing these rangers. They're not very good.
Let us wake the dragons.
Oh, it definitely can be, Jits. Definitely can be.
Their masters may see worse. Imric.
Alright, I desperately need to get
Follow
a
the
cult
dragon.
mechanicus going so that I can do stuff.
Why is the cost increased here?
I don't know. Hey, Enigmatic Bean, what's up? Yeah, I'm actually streaming. For once. In a long time. Just for some lore. So one of my first followers was this very good Yin Bean named Enigmatic who followed me and has been asking me, it was like, when are you going to stream again? It's like, I don't know. And I've always felt so bad. It's like,
Well, hello there, new individual.
It was never in doubt.
You're having stream hanging? What do you mean, Kenku? Oh. It looks like my net is having a lot of issues today. Or at least for the moment. Can you still hear me, Sark? Hello? Have I lost internet completely? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording here while we wait for net to recover.
do Stream Raiders, so I'm
Alright.
stop over to that.
We are back. Looks like everything is working again. Hopefully.
Also, Ian Bean, to answer your question of what's my favorite faction, I guess the better question is, what faction don't I like? I don't like Sisters of Battle. Let's see, Sisters of Battle. I don't really like the Tyranids that much, which Jaffer will probably smite me for saying that.
To be fair, they're probably the least developed out of all of them.
Yeah, and I don't like Chaos. I don't know why. To me, Chaos just makes better targets.
Yeah, to be fair, that's kind of like their shtick.
I gotta say, I really like the Necrons because they're like Death incarnate. And their codex here. I'm just gonna read off the Necron codex entry. Gotta take out my codex. Open up to the page.
Well, while you're doing
And a bunch
that,
of stuff has to fall.
while you're doing that, yeah, I used to work for AAA, and like, they treated me very well. They treat all of their employees well. They do very good. They do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear because they're. I mean, I've only ever used AAA for roadside assistance. Also, Enigmatic said, I like burning heathens and heretics with Holy Fury. You see, I like doing that too. However, I like doing it using other means. Which is why I really much... I almost bought a guard army, but I've got... Like I said, I have the Necrons, Space Dwarves. I'm trying to sell off my Space Wolves, but if I can't sell them off, I might just end up painting them. Which will heavily jack up the price, because right now I'm selling them for it's a Combat Patrol for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Plus half of the Recruit Edition, which if you're going off of Games Workshop prices, that's $175, but if you're going off local prices, that's $150. So it's a pretty big discount. However, if I paint them, I'm gonna double the price because painting and assembly is a lot of time. I've been painting Necrons for the past 6 months, so yeah, it's a bit of a time sink. Also, I'm gonna run this Streamlabs battle. Hopefully my single paladin can win this.
Wait, is the net having issues again, Jits? Yes, it is. What the hell? I just want to play my game and enjoy hanging out with friends and stuff.
Oh, you can still hang out.
Well, obviously you're asking too much.
Truly, this is the climb of dragons.
Ugh.
Yinbin said, I don't have any of the miniatures, too expensive for me, and I can't paint. So, I totally understand the too expensive. The can't painting, though, the thing about painting, right, is it's very much of you need a steady hand just as much as you need the right tools. When I started painting, I did metric giga fuckloads of research and learning how to paint and do all that stuff. And it's cool because the Warhammer store, you can actually go to the Warhammer store and they will give you a model and just straight up teach you how to paint. And you can do that pretty much unlimited times. And you can ask them to teach you different techniques and all this different stuff. And you can really learn a lot. And I have shake hands. Well, so there are actually things for that. There are different ways. One of the ways is contrast painting, where you can make your models look really, really well. And the thing about contrast painting is that you do the base coat with spray, and then you just slather the model in this watery paint. And because it's a watery paint, it will naturally accumulate in the ridges and recesses of the model, which will cause the more recesses to be a much darker shade, whereas your more panels will be a much lighter shade. I haven't personally tried contrast painting, but I do want to do it on some of my models.
Hmm.
Anyway, I was going to read a codex entry. Ah, yes, the Necrons. Ahem. To face the Necrons, and this is why I love them. It's because they're death incarnate. Anyway, to face the Necrons in battle is to stand against death incarnate. It is to know the terror of annihilation at the hands of beings who should be long rotted in their graves. The Necrons' enemies see implacable android revenants arise from their crypts or step from amidst flickering witchlights to destroy all before them. In return, the Necrons see only vermin, interlopers, and savages that must be eradicated in order for their mighty dynasties of old to rise again. Once 60 million years ago, the Necrons' armies might have achieved their galactic conquest with singular efficiency, yet aeons of slumber and cold stasis have seen madness creep into the minds of their noble masters. As the stately dance of the stars themselves has scattered and ravaged their worlds, what arises now to reclaim the galaxy is altogether a more twisted race, scattered, factionalized, and riven by an insanity that has transformed many of their numbers into walking nightmares. The Necrons of the 41st millennia are a dark reflection of their faded glories, yet they are no less deadly for all this. In monstrosity and madness, the Necrons are rendered more terrible than ever before. See, that just sends shivers down my spine. It's just like, ah, yes. These are very much an endgame crisis, because how they awaken, it's like you don't know when they awaken, and you don't know if you're on, because like normally with like a lot of these things, like you can avoid, like if you know chaos is attacking an area, like you kind of have some warning, or you could just stay away from the eye of terror. Like you can sort of guess when like other factions are going to come and fight. Now if you're an imperial citizen and the Tau come to try to bring your empire into the fold, you've got hundreds of years notice. Like by the time they first arrive, but until the time like they actually bring in the rail guns, you're probably going to be long dead, because that's a thing, which is why I believe that the Tau truly are like, and only after that they're like, ah, okay. And then after the war, they're like, okay.
Sark?
Yeah, what's up?
Could you maybe let us get a word in?
Ah. See, this is what happens when I get on a rant.
I know. That's why I'm being like, hey, buddy. Jills, I'm a little frustrated with my internet service provider. I unfortunately don't have the means of contacting them, but I'm gonna go at least restart the modem real quick, guys. I will be back. I'm gonna stop the stream, pause the recording. We'll be back shortly. Well, everyone, unfortunately, my net is just not letting me stream at the moment, so I will, like I said, I will be back later on today. Hopefully it's stabilized by then. Thank you so much for joining, though. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. They are on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around. But for now, thank you for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.